now what we're going to do is we are going to be placing the character, the trap, and the flask, and the monster as well. So with these 4 things, we will need to create 4 different functions. Now I'm going to create these at the top of the page, although it doesn't matter whereabouts you do create them. And if we call the first one place character, and all that's going to do is reference self. It doesn't need to reference anything else. And this is simply going to be self.character position is equal to, and it's going to be a list which has 2 elements, which is going to be the x and the y. If you consider these to be sort of coordinates, it will make it easier to understand what's happening throughout the entire game development, really. So now what we need to do is do the same sort of thing, but we're going to be defining where the monster is placed. So it's going to be place monster, and this one, for now we're going to hard code it all, and then we'll move it later on and make it randomly placed. But for now we're going to just place these all in different places, and then we're going to get it so they all get displayed within the grid, and then what we're going to do is we're going to randomize it so we can see what's happening. So we're going to place trap, and this is going to be self.trap position is equal to 0, 1, and then finally we've got place flask, and that is going to be self.flask position, and to make this different we're going to do 1, 0. So now what we'll do is the first 4 squares, so these 4 squares here are going to contain the character, the monster, the trap position, and the flask position. So if we go down to draw grid again, I'm just going to open this up so we can zoom up and down quickly. What we're going to do is we're going to get the character's position, which is going to, and we're going to store these in variables. So we're going to have car x is equal to, and we need to convert these all to strings so that they're all comparable with certain values when we do the if statements. And what we're going to do is we're going to convert character position, and we need to get the x value, which is going to be at the point of 0, and we're going to do the same for y, which is going to be at point 1, or index 1 rather. Now what we're going to do is we're going to do if, and this is going to be string of we're going to get the string of self.monster position 0. If that is equal to where we currently are in the x-axis, and the string for self.monster position, and we're going to get the y here is equal to y, and then just for the sake of completeness, and self.monster awake is equal to true. Then what we want to do is we want to system.standardout.write, and we're going to put an m where the monster is. And then we've got some elifs to do. The first one's going to be car x is equal to x, and car y is equal to y. Then this is going to be system.standardout.write, and this is just going to have an x. You can put whatever characters you want inside of these, and we're going to put an else system there, and we're going to finally add in the flasks as well, so, and the trap. So str trap self.trap position, and this is the x value again, is equal to x, and str self.trap position for y is equal to y. Then we want to output t, and finally for the flask, str self.trap position, oh, not trap, sorry, that should be flask position where the x is equal to that, and string self dot flask position of 1 is equal to y. Then what we want to do is output f. Now if we refresh this, we will see that we have no attribute for character position, and the reason for that is because we are not running the actual 4 functions which we just created. So down here, before we call the grid, and this will normally be done, and this will be done rather, within one of the other functions later on, but for now this is just to show you what's happening. We're going to do place character, and we're going to do monster.place flask, monster.place monster, and monster.place trap. Now if we run this again, what you'll see is that we get x, f, t, and monster is not currently being displayed. Monster position, and that is because we have monster awake as equal to false. Now if we turn that to true just for development, so add a little comment here saying it should be false in production in live version, and we launch this again and run, then you'll see we get xftm, which is exactly what we've coded it to do here. Now character position, I'm going to keep this as remaining as always being 0, 0. However, what we should do for the others is randomize it so that the player can play it multiple times without knowing where everything will be. So with monster position, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have it so that it's randomized, and this requires us to import random. And within the next video, I'll be showing you how we are going to randomize the monster position, the trap position, and the flask position.